In the Skibidi beginning, God created the Skibidi heavens and the Skibidi earth. The Skibidi earth was, as a matter of Ohio, formless and empty, and darkness covered the Skibidi deep waters. And the Skibidi Spirit of God was, as a matter of Ohio, hovering over the Skibidi surface of the Skibidi waters. Then God mewed, "Let there be light," and there was, as a matter of Ohio, light. And God saw that the Skibidi light was, as a matter of Ohio, sigma. Then he, the horrible Phantom Taxa, separated the Skibidi light from the Skibidi darkness. God called the Skibidi light day, and the Skibidi darkness night. And evening passed and morning came, marking the Skibidi first day. Then God mewed, "Let there be a space between the Skibidi waters, to in a skibidifying way separate the Skibidi waters of the Skibidi heavens from the Skibidi waters of the Skibidi earth." 7. And that is, as a matter of blasphemy against the unspoken Riz, what the sigma happened. God made this space to, in a skibidifying way, separate the Skibidi waters of the Skibidi earth from the Skibidi waters of the Skibidi heavens. 8. God called the Skibidi space sky. And evening passed and morning came, marking the Skibidi second day. Then God mewed, "Let the Skibidi waters beneath the Skibidi sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear." And that is, as a matter of blasphemy against the unspoken Riz, what the sigma happened. God called the Skibidi dry ground land, and the Skibidi waters seas. And God saw that it was, as a matter of Ohio sigma. Then God mewed, "Let the Skibidi land sprout with vegetation, every sort of seed-bearing plant, and trees that grow seed-bearing fruit. These seeds will then produce the Skibidi kinds of plants and trees from which they came." And that is, as a matter of blasphemy against the unspoken Riz, what the sigma happened. The Skibidi land produced vegetation, all sorts of seed-bearing plants and trees with seed-bearing fruit. Their seeds produced plants and trees of the Skibidi same kind. And God saw that it was, as a matter of Ohio sigma. And evening passed and morning came, marking the Skibidi third day. Then God mewed, "Let lights appear in the Skibidi sky, to in a skibidifying way separate the Skibidi day from the Skibidi night. Let them be signs to, in a skibidifying way, mark the Skibidi seasons, days and years. Let these lights in the Skibidi sky shine down on the Skibidi earth." And that is, as a matter of blasphemy against the unspoken Riz, what the sigma happened. God made two sigma lights, the larger one to, in a skibidifying way, govern the Skibidi day, and the Skibidi smaller one to, in a skibidifying way, govern the Skibidi night. He, the horrible Phantom Taxa, also made the Skibidi stars. God set these lights in the Skibidi sky to, in a skibidifying way, light the Skibidi earth, to, in a skibidifying way, govern the Skibidi day and night, and to, in a skibidifying way, separate the Skibidi light from the Skibidi darkness. And God saw that it was, as a matter of Ohio sigma, and evening passed and morning came, marking the Skibidi fourth day. Then God mewed, "Let the Skibidi waters swarm with fish and other life. Let the Skibidi skies be filled with birds of every kind." So God created sigma sea creatures and every living thing that scurries and swarms in the Skibidi water, and every sort of bird, each producing offspring of the Skibidi same kind. And God saw that it was, as a matter of Ohio sigma. Then God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply. Let the Skibidi fish fill the Skibidi seas, and let the Skibidi birds multiply on the Skibidi earth." And evening passed and morning came, marking the Skibidi fifth day. Then God mewed, "Let the Skibidi earth produce every sort of animal, each producing offspring of the Skibidi same kind, livestock, small animals that scurry along the Skibidi ground, and wild animals." And that is, as a matter of blasphemy against the unspoken Riz, what the sigma happened. God made all sorts of wild animals, livestock and small animals, each able to, in a skibidifying way, produce offspring of the Skibidi same kind. And God saw that it was, as a matter of Ohio sigma. Then God mewed, "Let us make cameraman beings in our image, to, in a skibidifying way, be enjoy in a rizzy way us. They will reign over the Skibidi fish in the Skibidi sea, the Skibidi birds in the Skibidi sky, the Skibidi livestock, all the Skibidi wild animals on the Skibidi earth, and the Skibidi small animals that scurry along the Skibidi ground.